Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And today I am using the Shadowscapes Tarot, which is a beautiful, beautiful deck that I actually haven't used in a really long time, so I'm looking forward to working with it here. Okay, so I'm just drawing 3 cards to get kind of an overview of the upcoming week to see what's ahead and what we can prepare for. And I'm going to start with the first card, which represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Okay, so we've got Queen of Cups to start off the week. And Queen of Cups is all about tapping into your intuition and using the power of your intuition to guide your life, to make choices, and also to make connections with other people. So as you're starting your week, it's going to be extra important for you to kind of touch base with your intuition. So you might already be very much connected to your intuition, but if you feel like there's a bit of a disconnect from that intuitive kind of feeling side of your life, the beginning of this week is a good time to get back in touch with that, however you do that. So whether it's through, meditation or just working with tarot and oracle cards, but doing something to honor that side of yourself this week is going to be really, really important. And it's really going to kind of set the scene or set the stage for the rest of the week. Another feeling I get with this card is that now is the time for you to take the next step. And it might feel like a real leap of faith. And if you look at this card, the Queen of Cups is she's walking across the water, and there's turtles that are swimming up to act as stepping stones. But if you notice, the next step isn't in front of her. So she has to trust that that turtle is going to swim up and be there for her to step out on. So if you're feeling like, you're at that point in your life where you want to move forward, but you're not sure if you can, or if you're going to be supported and you're not sure, what the next step is, just remember this image of this queen walking across the water and stepping on these turtles. I think it's a really beautiful image, and I think it really kind of captures that feeling we sometimes have where we're really kind of taking a leap of faith and just stepping forward even though we're not sure if there's anything to step onto. So it's time to kind of take those risks and have that element of trust with you. And then moving further into the week, we've got the Devil. Okay, so he kind of stands in stark contrast to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, as I said, is all about feeling, intuition, and trust. The Devil is kind of, I feel like the Devil, this card represents the opposite of those things. So not following your intuition, shutting down your feeling centers, and not trusting, living in fear, and being, feeling like you have to sort of shrink yourself to, fit into the life that you've created for yourself. So feeling like you have to almost live in fear, where you're fearful of really kind of bursting out and expanding yourself, and you have to live this sort of contained, smaller life than you would really like. And the funny thing is the Devil comes up right after the Queen of Cups. So inevitably you might start your week off feeling really trusting and like you can do anything, feeling really in touch with your intuition, and then partway through the week you might feel like almost the opposite, like it swings around. So something might happen to sort of challenge you a little bit, but the old fear might creep in, about that fear of expanding too much, or that fear of, well, what if I'm not supported if I move forward? And fears around money, around security, finances, health, all that sort of basic stuff starts coming up. And the important thing to remember here is that it doesn't mean that any of that stuff is actually threatened. It's just that your fear around it is going to be coming up. So I don't see anything actually changing for any of us in terms of health and money. It's all the same, but suddenly we might feel some insecurities and fears start to come up. And what that is it's an opportunity to look at those fears and worries and insecurities with the perspective of the Queen of Cups and bring healing to those issues so that we can release them and move on with things. The Queen of Cups is also about healing. She's a major healing queen. And all this, the crap that the devil represents, all that stuff doesn't really come up until we're ready to deal with it. And so when you stand in your power and you channel that energy of the Queen, you're then ready to deal with some of your fears and insecurities. And if you look actually at this figure, this is a really detailed card, but you can see there's a little figure and she's kind of she's chained up and she's like crouched down, and I feel like that represents how some of us might feel midweek, where we feel like we just want to hide from things and we feel like there's a danger in really like standing up tall and being in our power. And what's important to recognize is that there is not a danger in standing in your power. It's more dangerous for you to not stand in your power. So just remember that even though it can feel really scary to expand yourself and to be powerful and be who you are, ultimately you're much safer doing that than you are kind of cowering and just going along with things that you don't feel are right. So moving on to the weekend. Interesting. Okay, we've got Seven of Wands, and Seven of Wands can come up again if we're feeling threatened in some way. We feel like we have to defend ourselves. And I feel like a lot of this is very, very much internal, not so much external. So just be aware of your thoughts and your feelings this week, and just notice when certain insecurities and fears come up. I feel like this card is really tied to the devil in that sometimes we might perceive competition and threat when there really isn't any. It's more kind of in our heads. And so again, it's an opportunity to heal that part of ourselves, the part of ourselves that feels like there's not enough to go around, that whole scarcity consciousness, or again, that fear that if we are successful or if we have something that others want, then that immediately puts us in a vulnerable position. And the truth of the matter is that that's just not true. That's just one way of looking at things. So again, this is about bringing that wonderful, beautiful healing energy of the Queen of Cups into the Seven of Wands on the weekend, and being able to heal those issues that come up for you around, scarcity consciousness. So that fear that there's not enough to go around, or that others are gonna, want a piece of you when when you're successful or you have things that they want. So just stepping back and looking at this card as a whole, I feel like the themes this week are healing fears. Healing fears, healing insecurities, which of course those fears and insecurities act as blocks to our expansion as, spiritual beings, as human beings. And the more we can heal them, the happier we're going to be, and the easier it is for us to be in our power and to expand ourselves and grow when we heal those issues. So I feel like this week is about connecting with your intuitive side, channeling that Queen of Cups energy, and healing some of those fears and insecurities. And I feel like at the end of the week, you're going to feel so much more empowered, so much more powerful, so much more authentic than you did, a month ago. So it's a big week, and it's exciting. So I wish you the best of luck. My name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and thank you so much for watching.